Hi crocheters of the world, I'm Juana and this is Tommy and this is my crochet channel on YouTube, and I really want to show you my no, I think I won't. Okay, I really want to show you my pair of socks that I made, and that okay, I can't. Yes, I can. Come on. Okay, so these are my socks that I made, and that actually we will work in this tutorial, and I just want to show you. They're so nice and so comfortable. Aren't they sweet? So now that you saw them, I just want to let you to the tutorial. Bye bye. So for this socks project we will need, of course, sock yarn. So I am working with the Drops Fable sock wool, but of course you can find it's important just to be a sock yarn. Any kind of yarn, sock yarn will be perfect, and a crochet hook of 3 millimeters. Now to begin this project we want to chain 48. Now 48, if you work very tight, maybe it would be perfect if you work the chain, so the 48 chains with a 3.5 millimeters hook. If you work normally, not very loose, not very tight, you can just go on with your 3 millimeters hook. So work it loose but not very. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I finished my chain, 48 chains, and now I just want to go on like this with my finger over the chains, just to be sure that it's all with the right side facing me, and then insert the hook into the first chain and slip stitch to join. Now the very first round will be a round of half double crochets, which means chain 1, insert the hook into the very first, work the tail to the very first chain and work a half double crochet, and then continue on like this for a total of 48 half double crochets, of course. I finished my first round of half double crochets and I have 48. Now when we speak about crochet socks, we have to think of, even if we work in round, we have to think of front side and back side. Okay, now I have 48, which means I have 24 for the front side and 24 for the back side. So this means I must have the same number of stitches for the front side and for the back side. Okay, now I choose one of my cable pattern tutorial for these socks, so I'll let you the link below, and I won't explain it, actually the stitch pattern. And for that cable pattern we need a multiple of 8, and I put 16 on the front side, 16 on the back side, and on one side and the other of the center part, which is the cable, I put 4 and 4 half double crochets for the front side, 4 and 4 half double crochet for the back side. And now let me just show you what I explain. So we want to chain 1. Now we begin actually with the first round of the pattern, and we will work the first 4 half double crochets. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, perfect. And now we want to begin with, on the next 16 stitches, we want to work the cable pattern. So for the cable pattern, just on this first round, and just because we don't want to skip any stitch, because we begin to work the front side, front post double crochets, and we work them on this round of half double crochets. So because we don't want to skip any stitch, we just want to work like this. We will count 1, 2, 3, 4. So on this next 4 stitches we will work the first cable of the pattern. Okay, so into the 5th I will put the marker. So like this I know that these are my stitches where I have to work my cable, so I cannot get wrong. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I will skip the first 2 and I will work the next 2 for the, but this is how the pattern goes, so you have to know the pattern first. Okay, my first 2, and now I will come back and work my my skipped 2 stitches to complete the first cable of the pattern. And now for the second cable I need 4 more stitches, so I will take off the marker and count again 1, 2, 3, 4, and into the 5th I will put again the marker. So I know that here are the 4 stitches where I have to work my second part of the pattern. So skip 2, work into the 3rd and the 4th, 1 long front post, sorry, double crochet. Okay, perfect. And now back and work your skepped 2 skepped stitches. Okay, and now I have to repeat this one more time because I put 2 multiples, so 2 times 8. Okay, and I worked my first and I have to repeat my second, and I will do exactly the same thing. So just count 1, 2, 3, 4, put the marker into the 5th, work your first part of the pattern and then do the same thing for the second part. I will be back to show you how to continue. Now I finished my second part of the same of the pattern, so the second cable. So I have my 2 cables here and I put 4 stitches here, 4 half double crochets. I will complete here with 4 more half double crochets, and now I completed my front side. The back side must be exactly the same, which means I will begin with, so as I said, even if we work in rounds we have to think of front side and back side. And because I finished with 4 half double crochets, I will begin with 4 half double crochets. So work 4 more half double crochets, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now you have to repeat exactly the same thing, so our pattern stitch. So on 16 stitches you will work exactly the same thing, and the same with the marker. 1, 2, 3, 4. Into the 5th put your marker, work your first cable, then the second, and then repeat one more time. And then you must have 4 half double crochets left, and you will work 4 more half double crochets, okay, for the back side. Okay, so now that I finished my first, actually it's the first round of the pattern, so I finished with 4 half double crochets as I began, and now as you can see we have on the front side 4 half double crochets, 16 stitches for the pattern and 4 more half double crochets, and for the back side we have exactly the same thing, 4 half double crochets, 16 stitches for the pattern and 4 more half double crochets. Now these are the constants, so 4, 4, 4, 4. Okay, and these constants are the stitches that you can put more or less for a larger or smaller size. Now this is for a 36, actually to 38 European size, but as I said, if you want it larger, instead of 4, 4, 4, 4, you can put 5, 5, 5, 5. If you want it smaller, you can put 3, okay, or 2 actually. So depends actually on you. Now what I want to say is that from here we will just go on repeating the same thing. So we will repeat the pattern stitch, and you have the link below of this tutorial of the video, so you will have to pass it, so to go and watch it first to know how to work it. So you will work the stitches as they are into the second round, which means you will work front side double crochets into each of your 16 stitches, and as they are means, let me just show you, because when we work in round we work like this: 2, 3 and 4. And now work the stitches as they are means these two first. So I begin with this and work front side double crochet, front side double crochet, so front side double crochet. So we will work one round with the stitch pattern. So we will crisscross the stitches. Then second round we will just work the stitches as they are, exactly as I am working now. And you have to continue on like this for the length that you need for your sock. So it's you to decide, of course, the length that you need, how you want, how you like, how you prefer to wear your socks. So this is what I mean. Okay, so continue on like this, and I will be back to show you how to work the flap and then all the parts. So I went on and for 12 rounds. So I work without this one, the first one, with half double crochet. So from the pattern stitch, from the second round, we have 12 rounds, okay, of pattern. So this is what I have. The front side and the back side are exactly the same. And now we want to work the flap of the sock. So I just want to more or less, yes, 10 centimeters, okay. Now, of course, you want the other sock to be exactly the same, so write how many rounds you work for the leg sock, or how can I say, okay, the length. It's important because of course you want to be the same length. Okay, so I work 12 rounds, and you must finish. So even if you go on and work it longer, you must finish with a normal round. So which means it's not the round with the pattern that we crisscross, but with the round where we work the pattern, the stitches as they are. Okay, I'm talking about the cable pattern, of course, because the rest is half double crochet. So you work the stitches as they are. This is the round where you have to stop. And now to work the flap, it's really easy. We have 48 stitches, total of 48 stitches, and now we will begin to work 24, so only a half, only the back side. Now chain 1, insert the hook into the first stitch and work a half double crochet, and just continue on like this, working half double crochet, 1 2 3 4. Now I worked my 4 and I will continue on over the pattern with half double crochets. Okay, so we stop working the pattern from here on the back side. 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14, so only half double crochets, 15 16, oops, 17 18 19 20. I have 4 more to work, 21 22 23 and 24, and this is a half of a perfect half of my sock. So now from this round we divide the front side, which is this, of the back side, which is this with the flap. Now for the flap, go on in rows, working in rows. We work 1, we have to work 5 more for a total of 6 rows. So chain 1, turn, and work your 24 half double crochets. So 1 stitch into each of your stitches, just like this, for 6 rows, a total of 6 rows. Okay, you'll see it's so easy. From my point of view, it's easier than knitting socks. And if you want to try, if you decide to try this pattern, you'll see that it's really easy. It's really easy to resize, because as I explain it to you how to make it larger, I will explain it to you how to make it longer. So I have here a 36, 38 European size, but you can make it easier in any kind of size you want. Okay, now I finished the second and I will just go on 4 more rows, okay, with my 24 stitches. 24 actually half double crochets. Okay, so continue on for the flap. So here I am, I finished the flap, and now we will go on working in rows. So we will continue on working in rows, but we will decrease. We will put a decrease in the beginning 2 stitches and into the last 2 stitches. So first and last 2 stitches will be a decrease for 8 rows until we will have 8 stitches. So we have 24, then we will begin with the first. We'll have 22, 20, 18, 16, 14, 12, 10 and 8. So there are 8 rows to decrease. First 2 and last 2 stitches. Chain 1 and turn, yarn over, insert the hook into the very first stitch, pull up a loop. Now we have 3 loops on the hook. Insert the hook into the second stitch, pull up a loop, 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all, and decrease made. Continue on working your stitches until you reach the last 2 stitches. So the second to last and the last will be a decrease, again. Half double crochets. We work with the same stitch. So into this first row of decreasing, we lost 2 stitches. Okay, so we have, these are the second to last and my last stitch. Yarn over, insert the hook into the second to last and pull up a loop. 3 loops on the hook. Now don't yarn over, only insert the hook into the last stitch. Now pull up a loop. 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through. Yes, pull through all 4, and so yarn over, pull through all 4, and we have the last decrease of this row made. Chain 1 and turn, yarn over, insert the hook into the first half double crochet, pull up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, insert the hook into the second and pull up a loop, 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all, and decrease of the second row, first decrease of the second row made. Now just like this we go on decreasing in each, at the beginning, at the end of each row, for 8 rows to remain with 8 stitches. Okay, so it's very easy, very easy. And this is what you have to do for even if you want to work different size for your socks. Now I am into the last two, oops, and I will insert the hook. What I have here, yes, sorry, these are the last two. I insert the hook into the first, so yarn over, insert the hook into the first, pull up a loop, insert the hook into the last, try to insert the hook through 2 loops, and pull up a loop, 4 loop, always 4 loops on the hook when you decrease, yarn over, pull through all, chain 1, and go on, continue on exactly the same. So when you finish with the decreases, you will have something like this. And now we can cut the yarn, because we will begin actually to work again in rounds, but we will work in rounds as rows, and I will show you, of course. And we will begin into the first of the second part of 4. Okay, sorry, this doesn't have sense. Okay, so just cut your yarn. And now this is the most important, let's say, round, because we will work like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, insert the hook into the next, and work your 4 half double crochets first. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and these are my 4 half double crochets. Now I know that I have 8 rounds, 8 rows, decrease rows, and 6 normal rows for the flap. The flap. So what we have to know is that we will work 8 stitches on the decreases rows and 6 more stitches on the flap rows. So 14 stitches, a total of 14 stitches on one side. And of course we will work exactly the same number of stitches on the other side. Now let us begin. So we skip directly into the second. Now it's a little bit, and we work the first one. 1, 2, I just go a little bit like this, work them nice and be patient while work them. 2, 3, 4, 5, let's say 6 here, and 7, oops, and 8. So now that we have our 8, we have to work 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, we have to work 6 more here. So let us begin with the first one. 1, 2, more or less in each row 1. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And here I am. I did it. Well, it's not easy, but we want to work them nice. Okay, this is important. Okay, so I have my 14 stitches here, and now I will work my 4 stitches on the front side. 1, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, this is my first, 2, 3, and 4. And I will work on the front side. I will also work the pattern stitch. So I am on the pattern stitch and I'm just work the stitches. We finished with working the stitches as they are, and now we have to crisscross. So I just go on and work the pattern stitch and the next 4 for the front side, and then I will be back to show you again the next side of the back. Okay, so just to be easier for you to understand. So I finished the front side with the pattern too, and now I just want to go on, I just want to explain it to you something, that we will work first here the 6 stitches and then the 8 stitches on the decrease part, and then of course we will finish with the 4 stitches and slip stitch into the first, and we will have the first round finished. So let me finish mine and I will be back to show you what's the next step. So I finished all my first round, and we have for the front side 24 stitches, so the same number of stitches, but now for the back side we have 14 plus 8 plus 14, which means 36 stitches. Okay, and what we have to do for the next 6 rounds, we will decrease on the back side, so only on the back side, here, one here, and we will decrease 2 stitches in one round for 6 rounds, as I said. Okay, so to be sure that we know where to decrease, we need 2 markers to divide the front side from the back side. So now this is the pattern stitch, and I have 4 more stitches on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Insert the hook into the 4th. And now I know that this is my first front side stitch. So these 2 will be the first 2 stitches to decrease. And here the same thing. Now 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now I'm sure I cannot go wrong. Okay, now another thing is that from now on until the end actually of the pattern of the sock, we will work it as if work in rows. So we work in round, but we will turn after each round. So we finish this round, chain 1 and turn, and begin with 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then continue on with the rest of the stitches of the back side on the back side, because we know that we have the marker, so the last 2 stitches before the marker will work them in a decrease, and then the first 2 stitches after the marker will be again a decrease, and this will work, we will work this for 6 rounds. So these are my last 2 stitches. This is the stitch with the marker, so decrease, oops, sorry, decrease, and now I can take off the marker, work my first stitch of the front side and put back the marker and go on with the pattern stitch. Now because we work the rounds as rows, so which means we turn after to begin a new round, we always turn, chain 1 and turn. We will have to work the round, the pattern round, let's say, in which we work or usually work the stitches as they are. We will work them from the back side, okay, from the wrong side, which means we will work them as in rows. So I have 3 more half double crochets, and then I will show you. exactly as we work the pattern in rows 1 2 3 4. So with back post, double crochets, we work the stitches as they are, but with back post, that's all. Okay, so don't forget about this. So you cannot actually forget about this because it's the pattern that asks for this. So you cannot work otherwise. You will have something really, really ugly if you work them front post. Okay, so that's all. This is how we have to continue on, and for 6 rounds we will work the 2 decreases on one side and on the other side of the back back part of the sock. So we will have again, after these 6 rounds, we will have again 24 on the front side and 24 stitches on the back side. So here I am, almost ready. So 48 stitches. Okay, now this, and now I have 2 more, and that's it. Okay, now I really don't like this yarn. I don't know, it's not, or it's me. Okay, and 1 2 3 4. Let's work our 4. 1 for half double crochet for the front side. This is my third. Now I will take off the marker and work the last of the front side, which means I will begin my back side again, and from the back side I will begin again with a decrease on the first 2 stitches and then continue on until the end of the round. Okay, now this is the first work. 5 more rounds like this. Don't forget to decrease on one side and on the other side. So in this we have 34 on the back side. Then we will have 32, 30, 28 stitches, 26 stitches, and again into the last 24 stitches. So we will have 24 on the front side, 24 on the back side. So I finished my decreasing rounds, and my 6 decreasing rounds, and finally I have 24 on the back side as the 24 of the front side, of course. And now from now on we just have to go on and to work the sock, actually the part of the sock. So now it's the moment that you can work it longer, so you can work it in each size you want to work it. Okay, so it's important to measure the foot and to know, maybe to put it on your foot and to see if it's okay, it's long enough, or you have to go on. We will work only 2 or 3 centimeters for the last part of the sock. Okay, now I just go on with my rounds, and I will be back to show you actually how to finish the sock. So from here there is no need, you don't need actually me, you just go on, continue on. You will work in rounds as rows, so we will turn after all round, and you will work exactly as we worked first, only that without decreasing or increasing. Just go on and work in length your sock. And I will be back when I finish mine, and I will show you how to actually finish your sock. I finished the length that I need for my sock. Now I went on from where I began to work again in rounds with 18 rounds. And for me it's just enough. Now you will go on for how many rounds you will need to complete the length of your sock. So this is the size. You will decide the size of the sock. you need 2 or 3 centimeters more, so just to think about it, to think of how to make it to fit yourself or for whom you want to work it. And now we want to work 2 rounds like this. We have 24 stitches on the back and 24 stitches on the front, and we will work our 24 stitches from the back. We will work half double crochets, but for the 24 stitches of the front side we will work single crochets. So we begin in the middle of the back side, so we have 24, we have 12 and 12. I will begin with 12 stitches, half double crochet stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. And now I will go on the front side with 24 stitches, single crochets. So just single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over the pattern stitch 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 4 more, 21, 22, 23 and 24. And now 12 more with the half double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 11 and 12. And now we want to work one more round exactly the same. Okay, I finished my second round, and I also put 2 markers into the first and into the last stitch of the front side, so the stitches that we worked with single crochet. Okay, the first and the last. And now the last part for the sock. We have to work 5 rounds with the half double crochet, so all half double crochet, and we will put a decrease. We will work 12, not 12, we will work the stitches here on the back side, and we put a decrease, and then a decrease at the beginning on the front side, a decrease at the end of the front side, and again a decrease at the beginning of the second part of the back side. So let me show you how. Chain 1, and let us begin with our back side stitches. 1, 2, 3, we will work 10, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. And on the last 2 stitches of the back side we will work a decrease. Okay, now this is the first decrease made, and now we take off the marker which marks actually the front side, and we work a decrease, 1 and 2 together, and we put back the marker. We continue on with all the stitches on the front side until we reach the second to last. We work with half double crochet all these 5 rounds. I'm working my front side stitches, all the stitches as they are. As you can see, I'm working in each stitch 1 half double crochet, and now I am here working my last, and now I have my second to last and my last where I have the marker. I will work a decrease on these 2 stitches, put back the marker and work a decrease into the first 2 stitches of the back side, and then continue on with 10 more stitches for the back side. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. And now on the back side we have 11 and 11, so 22, and on the front side we have 22. Okay, we will work 4 more rounds exactly the same, so we will put our decreases first of the marker and then the stitch with the marker and another one for the front side, and the same thing here at the end, exactly as we worked this round. So we will have into the second 10 stitches for the 2 back sides and 20 for the front side, because I said 10 and 10, 11 and 11, because we begin the round in the middle of the back side. Okay, so we split the back side in 2 parts. Then into the next we will have 9 and 9 and 18 on the front side. Into the next we will have 8 and 8 for the back side and 16 on the front side, and finally into the last round we will have 7 and 7 and 14 on the front side. So I finished all my rounds, 5 rounds, and now I have 14 and 14. I also took the markers off because I don't need them anymore. Now all that I want to do is to lose this little remaining tail and then to sew the 2 parts together. And I am ready. My socks are ready and I'm so very happy. They seems to be knitted, but they are crocheted. Now, of course, on the wrong side, so we want to turn it upside down and to sew this part together. And I also put a border, little border here on the upper part with 3 rounds of single crochet. So if you want to put a border, you will work, attach the yarn and work somewhere on the back side or where you want, and you work into the chain, the loops of the chain remaining unworked of the first round, and you go on and work 48 single crochets and then 2 more rounds to have a nice border. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Hope you enjoyed this cozy and lovely, I can say, socks, and see you at the next tutorial. Bye bye.